Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another class here with me. I'm your teacher. My name is Bradford, and today I want to say hello to everybody Enrique is here. That's good. Yesterday and today, I am not getting a good indication from YouTube as to how many people are here with us right now. But for example, we have Enrique and Santi. Hello, Santi. But I only see that it says we have one person. But yesterday it was the same thing. And Irene. Hello, Irene. Um, I imagine that a lot of people are probably going to be taking advantage of phase one and going for a walk or a jog or a coffee or a Coca Cola or something. Have you ventured outside yet? Have you tried to go and be around people? Is it pleasant? I, for one, am lunch with friends. Very good. I, for one, have decided to wait until I think we are in phase two, phase three before I really want to be around too many people. But that's just me. Everybody has their preference or what they feel safe with. I, for one, do not mind being indoors. Okay, well, I don't like the fact that the academy is closed. That's for one thing, yeah. Right, so today the class is not going to be too long. We have done the past 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks actually, some very difficult things. And I thought this week maybe we could do a little bit of revision of some things that a lot of people trip up over and they sometimes make mistakes because in Spanish the translation is, well, it's not the same. So, hello, Barbara. So today, as you saw in the title, we are going to look at ways to use the gerund and ing form of the word, or say the gerund or the present participle. Many times they just say the ing form, which is fine. So I think we have 4 different activities that we're going to do. Each activity will be based around one usage of the gerund or present participle, okay, the ing word. As always, when we're doing activities, put your answers in the chat box. I'll make comments on the ones that are correct and the ones that are incorrect. I will try to offer some guidance and some feedback. Okay, so let's get started. Let me see. Right. Oh, I'm right in the way right off the bat. How's that? I haven't even gotten started and I'm already in the way. Well, we don't have to even see me. Actually, there we go. All right, so levels B2 and C1. The levels today are basically the same. Okay, I would say that's like a high B2 and a low C1. So to give you an idea of what we're doing. Yeah, so we are going to, where's my pointer? We'll look at gerund as the subject. Then we will look at gerund plus, I'm sorry, preposition plus the gerund or a conjunction plus the gerund. Then we will use the present participle for an adjective. And finally, we will use it as a noun, okay? I think that the first 2 are going to be quite easy, and the third and the fourth one might be a little difficult, but oops. But all in all, we will get through. All right, now I can come back and I can be a little bit bigger. So let's look at gerund as the subject of the sentence, okay? We know that when the subject of the sentence starts with a verb, it must be the gerund. In Spanish, be careful because it's the infinitive a lot of times, yeah? If you look at number 1, drinking lots of water is supposed to be good for your complexion. Beber mucha agua, right? So beber, but in English it's drinking. So you have to remember it's not drink and it's not to drink, it's drinking lots of water. So there isn't much to explain. Let's just practice. When you're writing in the answers, I want you to really concentrate, really think about what you're writing down and how that's creating the sentence with respect to the Spanish. Okay, how is it different from Spanish? How are we making the sentence in English? I'm not going to tell you the verb. You can come up with any verb you want. You can come up with any sentence you want. It can be about, for example, Enrique says, driving fast causes a lot of unnecessary accidents every year. Irene says, driving very fast will cause lots of unnecessary accidents, of course. People dancing in their bathtubs while taking a shower causes a lot of unnecessary accidents. Not car accidents, but home accidents. Okay, so accidents in the home actually are really quite important. Whether you fall down in the bathtub, or you burn yourself in the kitchen, or you accidentally cut your finger. Okay, so chopping vegetables causes a lot of unnecessary accidents every year. Okay. I went with the classic reckless driving. Okay. Reckless driving causes a lot of unnecessary accidents every year. Children playing with fire is much less popular now than it was 20 years ago. Children playing with fire. Enrique, were you playing with fire 20 years ago? Was this like a popular fad in Spain that I didn't know about 20 years ago of people playing with fire? Um, okay. Okay. Um, you wrote number three, right? um, Children playing with fire causes a lot of unnecessary accidents. Of course, yes, definitely. That would definitely cause a lot of unnecessary accidents. Running with the bulls causes a lot of unnecessary accidents as well. I really, really thought that playing with fire is much less popular now, I suppose. But going to the cinema, yeah, is much less popular now. Sure, Enrique, Irene, yeah, absolutely, because a lot of people they watch Netflix or they download movies. Barbara says sending letters, yeah, absolutely, is much less popular now. Everybody's sending emails. Santi, buying cassettes. Santi, 20 years ago, people didn't buy cassettes either, mate. It was like 40 years ago that people bought cassettes. But anyway, I'm going to show Santi what happened 20 years ago. Listening to CDs is much less popular now than it was 20 years ago. All right. 20 years ago, we were listening to CDs. Yeah. Not many people at all were listening or using cassettes, I don't think, 20 years ago. I certainly wasn't. Meeting your friends is by far the most common way of spending the evening. Great. Perfect, Irene. Watching TV. Alejandro. Hello, Alejandro. Alejandro, you came in just in time to read my mind. Watching TV is by far the most common. Reading a book, making dinner, relaxing in the garden, anything. Okay, so as long as you've got the ing, going to the cinema, right? Chatting with friends, absolutely, yeah, very good. Chatting with friends is by far the most common way. All right. The important thing is, and I know that you can just switch off your mind and you can just write in any gerund you want: driving, listening, watching, reading, walking, jumping, running, cooking, traveling, seeing, blah. And you don't have to really think about the exercise to answer it correctly. But that's not the point of this exercise. I want you to really focus on what you are saying when you use the ing. Not this, you're not going to get a grade or a mark by answering these correctly. Okay? I want you to really focus on what you're trying to say and maybe say it to yourself as well so it sounds um, more natural to you. All right. Number 5, moving abroad often makes you appreciate the things you took for granted in your own home country. Yeah. Okay. Moving abroad does that. Santi was trying to read eating Mediterranean food when I studied in Holland made you appreciate the things you took for granted in Spain. Yeah, okay, absolutely. Sometimes I make chicken wings at home, and it's just not the same. I mean, I come from Buffalo, New York, and in Buffalo, New York is the home of the chicken wing, by the way. Not many people know this, but chicken wing is like the paella of Valencia. In Buffalo, it's the chicken wing, right? I know it sounds strange and you can laugh all you want, but they are amazing. I make chicken wings sometimes and I just think, oh man. So for me, making chicken wings often makes me appreciate the things that I took for granted when I was in Buffalo. Nice tip. Yes. What did I have? Traveling abroad. Okay, so Santi wrote moving abroad. I wrote traveling abroad. That's another thing. Um, Irene jumped down to number. Oh no, she did 6 and 7. So playing crossword puzzles is a classic time eater. Okay, Irene, you don't play a crossword puzzle. Okay, so be careful with that. What verb collates with crossword puzzles? What collocation do we have with crossword puzzles? It's not play. You don't play a puzzle. Okay, solving. Yeah, that works. Not as common as another one. Alejandro says making, and you fell into the trap, Alejandro. Okay, so doing crossword puzzles or solving crossword puzzles is a classic time eater. You don't make well, if you make a crossword puzzle, you are the one creating the crossword puzzle for other people to do. All right. It's similar, as I explained to my students, it's very similar to like the exams. If you make the exam, then somebody else will do the exam for a mark. Yeah. Making is creating. 7, having a good diet is a good way of losing weight and getting fit. Sounds good. Irene said running is a good way of losing weight and getting fit. Going to the gym, yes. I said working out every day. It's a good way of losing weight and getting fit. And notice we have here losing weight, getting fit, because it's after the preposition of. So here we've got working out is a good way of losing weight and getting fit. In poor light can damage your eyesight. Swimming. Ah, no. Okay, sorry. I thought you were say swimming in poor light can damage your eyesight. Okay, that doesn't work very well. Number 8, reading books. Okay, Barbara, reading books in poor light can damage your eyesight. Trying to read in poor light. Maybe watching television in poor light. I don't know. So number fixing a watch. Enrique, you didn't put a number. Fixing a watch in poor light. Fixing a watch is your favorite way of relaxing. Irene says swimming is her favorite way of relaxing. That's a very nice way to relax, actually. I didn't think of that. Like an activity. Number 8. Okay. Sure, yeah. Fixing a watch in poor light can damage your eyesight. In fact, don't they have like... They've got special ring lights, don't they, with like a big magnifying glass in the middle, and then they can see and it focuses the light down on. Working out is my favorite way of relaxing. Sleeping. Okay, I said having a nap. I mean, that's not bad, right? Having a nap is a good way of relaxing. And number 10, biting your nails. Okay, one T in biting your nails, Irene. And I wrote the same thing. Biting your nails is a sign of nervousness or stress. Bouncing your legs is a sign of stress. Um, Anybody else? What do you do when you feel stressed? Yeah? What would somebody say when they look and say, oh, rashing? That's not a word. Sweating, okay, is a sign of nervousness and stress. Enrique, try again. I don't know what word you're trying to say. Rashing? Do you mean like a rushing? Okay, yeah. Okay, rushing, like going quickly, yeah. Although we would say the phrasal verb rushing around, that goes together. Yeah, to rush around is to like, okay, I gotta go over here, and then I gotta go over here, and I have to do this, and I have to do that, and I have to do this, and da da da. So rushing around, I think, is what you're trying to say. Okay, so rushing around is a sign of nervousness or stress. Absolutely, I rush around all day, except when I'm not. No, but I rush around quite a bit because I'm always nervous about or stressed about what to do next. Okay, I think, is that clear? I know you know the rule. I know you know to do when the subject is a verb to make it an ing. I hope that this helped you sort of like solidify or clear up any sort of issue or problem that you might have with it. This is probably the easiest one of the four. Let's move on. Okay, so now we're going to put them with a preposition or a conjunction plus the gerund. So now you have to not only tell me the word with the ing, the gerund, but you also have to put the preposition or the conjunction in the space as well. So you need to put in two words to answer these correctly. Number one, I'm really looking forward to meeting your sister. I've heard so much about her. Okay. We're thinking, Santi says, about traveling to Turkey this summer. Yeah, that sounds good, Santi. I said about going, but that works. I mean, you could also say walking. We're thinking about walking to Turkey this summer. I mean, why not? It works. Grammatically, it works. Whether you want to walk to Turkey or not is another thing. Okay, but about ing. We're thinking about going to Turkey this summer. We're thinking about traveling. Arnold was falsely accused. Enrique says, for robbing cash from the till. Okay, a little bit of vocabulary here. Rob and steal are not the same. You rob a place, like a bank, a train, a store, okay? But you steal something. The object that you're taking with you is you're stealing it. Okay, so you're not robbing money, you're stealing money. You're not robbing diamonds, you're stealing diamonds. You're robbing the jewelry store, but you're stealing the diamonds. You're robbing the bank and you're stealing the money. Okay, so remember that. That causes a lot of confusion for Spanish people. They often make that mistake. So rob and steal, and there are some other verbs and words, crime words that we use, but we won't get into that. You know, maybe I'll do a vocabulary common mistakes in vocabulary lesson some week or something like that. Okay, and if you're accused of doing something. Okay, accused of stealing, says Barbara. Santi said for stealing. Okay, it's of stealing. Maide, am I saying that correctly? I apologize if I mispronounced your name. Maide, hello, welcome. Yeah, absolutely, of stealing. No question marks. Yeah, Be confident, girl. You got this. Um, falsely accused of stealing cash from the till, of taking cash from the till. All right. Removing cash, but not robbing cash. Robbing the till. Okay, yeah, you can rob the till, but you steal the cash from the till. I know. Enrique, I think I'm beating a dead horse. I'm sorry. Hello, yes, you said it. Spot on. Okay, excellent. When I was a child, let's go on number 4. Did anybody answer number 4? Not yet. All right. So warning me. And number 5, lifts means no. Okay, so a lift is when somebody takes you in their car someplace. All right. So let's say you're going to the mall, and I say, okay, I'll give you a lift to the mall. I'll take you to the mall. Okay. So to give somebody a lift means to take that person somewhere. It could be on a motorcycle or a bike or whatever, but it means to take that. Oh, are you going to the cinema? Yeah, my mom's giving me a lift to the cinema later. Okay. When I was a child, my mother was always warning me, Maide says, warning me from taking lifts. Almost, Maide. My mother was warning me of refusing lifts. Okay, be careful, Enrique. So we've got warning, avisando. So that's kind of like a negative. You need, I'm sorry, that's an affirmative, but we need then to not do it. Yeah. Ojo, aviso. Don't do against. You warn someone against doing something. Okay? You can also warn somebody about something, yeah? So warn about taking a ride. Where did Maide? Okay, so Maide said from. So we can go against or we can go about. But you don't give a lift from a stranger. Okay, you give a lift to someone. My mom's giving me a lift to the cinema. Or you take a lift from someone. Okay, so remember, it's take from and give to. And that's the same with an object, yeah? I took the phone from her. I gave the phone to her. Okay? So she warned me about taking lifts from strangers. That should be some new vocabulary there, so I hope everybody's writing that down. Nobody got that one right. Not the preposition and not the oh, Maide got the take a lift. Yeah, so that's good. But taking lifts, giving lifts to people. Jean doesn't believe today what she can put off until tomorrow. That's backwards. that expression's backwards. Unless you're a procrastinator, and then it's perfect. Alejandro has skipped down to number 6. Trevor is absolutely hopeless about taking photos. Okay, Alejandro, good. Taking photos, absolutely, but the preposition is off. It's not right. It's not correct. So maybe try that again. But taking, yes. Number 5, Jean doesn't believe in doing today what she can put off until tomorrow. Maide and Irene, yes. Very good, girls. She doesn't believe in doing today what she can put off until tomorrow. That's the procrastinator's creed, right? That's not the way it's supposed to be. So believe in something. Skipping down, Alejandro said about taking. But if you're hopeless, you are hopeless at something. Okay, you're hopeless at taking photos. Trevor is absolutely hopeless at taking photos. He always cuts your head or feet off. Cut off. Phrasal verb. Fantastic. Let's go down to number 7. Leslie's rather anxious about visiting the doctor next week. She thinks it might be something serious. Alejandro. Okay. About visiting, about seeing, about talking to, about phoning. Okay. As long as we've got rather anxious about something and then the gerund there, the ing, you guys have got it. Visiting is good. Emma was furious with me. Her ex-boyfriend to the party. I can see how this might make somebody furious. Emma was furious with me for kissing her ex-boyfriend of kissing. Okay, so you don't kiss to the party, but if you eliminated to the party, Irene, I can see Emma was furious with me for kissing her ex-boyfriend, but you can't kiss someone to a party. I mean, I guess you could try, like, as you're walking to the party. Not really. Emma was furious with me for bringing her ex-boyfriend to the party. Yes, Enrique, excellent. That works. She was furious with me about not inviting her ex-boyfriend. She was furious. Well, the preposition is for, Santi, and I guess she could be furious with me for not inviting her ex-boyfriend to the party if she wanted to get back together with her ex-boyfriend, then yeah. Why didn't you invite him? I wanted to try to get back with him. I love him so much. You never know. I intend to find out who's responsible, Alejandro, of breaking, Irene, of breaking. Okay, be careful. Breaking and breaking. Breaking the way Alejandro has written it is romper, but breaking the way Irene has written it is frenar. Okay, so be careful. Who's responsible? And everybody wants to write of. Of is not the preposition. Dun dun dun. Santi, you are the winner. I intend to find out who's responsible for breaking the window. Who's responsible for this mess? Who's responsible for that? Irene, and I'm tired of seeing the same old faces every day. I need a change. Enrique, of seeing. Yes, you guys are catching on. And the last one. This one's quite easy. We know this one. Very good, Barbara. Oh, I think we may have lost Maide. Well, maybe she'll come back. Okay. Oh, it could be like, I'm tired to see the same old face. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's I could be like, I'm tired to see the same old face. No. So if you're tired of doing something. I'm tired to see. No, maire. That's not correct. So tired of doing, tired of seeing, tired of cooking, tired of watching. I'm tired of watching the television every night. It's so boring. I'm tired of da 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 da. Okay, so be careful with that one. Anyone interested foregoing Enrique almost? Irene, yes. In going. Anyone interested? Very good. Barbara. Anybody interested in going on the trip to Bath? Should tell Carrie by noon today. It could be like, I'm tired to see the same old faces. I'm tired of seeing the same old faces. Yeah, okay. I'm just double checking my day to make sure that I'm not making a mistake here, but okay, so excellent. So now we know, after preposition, after conjunction, we're going to use the gerund. What are you tired of? I'm tired of doing this. What is he accused of? Doing that. What are you thinking about? Doing this. Okay? So that was a little bit more difficult, but now we're going to start kicking it up, and I'm willing to bet that you will find some new vocabulary in the next two activities that we do. Okay, so have a pen and paper, because I'm willing to bet, knock on wood, put my money where my mouth is, that you will see some new vocabulary. So here we are, and you've got the adjective on the left with an ing, and then the object on the right, and we put them together to describe the object. Okay, so for example, carving goes with knife. It's a carving knife. A carving knife is one of these very big knives that you use to cut a chicken or a turkey. It's a carving knife. To carve means to cut meat carefully. Santi has jumped right off, and Santi says shaving cream. Yeah, sure. Shaving cream. What kind of cream is it? It's shaving cream. It's cream for shaving. And if you want to jump around, you can jump around. I'll do my best to keep up with you. Say the whole word, Irene, or I'm sorry, the two words together, so that I'll make myself just a little bit bigger. Okay. Say the two words together so that you can hear the word or hear the collocation in your mind when you're saying it. So Irene wants to say building license. Could be a building license. Building powder. Building powder. I don't think so. Building powder. A building license is something that you need to ask for from the government, yes, in order to start building a house or building a building. Yeah, you need a building license, of course. However, it's not going to be the answer here. Yes, it is a word, Irene, and I'm not going to say that you're wrong, but there is another word that will work with building, and it's not powder. Mighty. Watering bag, no. Diving can, no. Building station, no. Diving water, no. All right, so I'm going to give you this one so that we can continue. Building board, no. I think we're just throwing out guesses. Building space, you could make that work, I guess, Alejandro, yeah. But we're going to say it's a building site. A building site. This is the job place where they are making a building. Okay, and they will say something like, everybody who's on the building site must have a hard hat, for example. Okay. Diving. This one is a little bit difficult, the diving. Parking station, no. Building, well, building, we already know that one is building site, job site, construction site. Diving water, no. Ooh, I knew that we were going to see some new words. Diving board. Yeah, Barbara. Okay, a diving board. I put O, but A and O are both board, so there's another one that has board. A diving board is the one that you walk out onto and you doing, and you jump and it goes into the swimming pool, yeah? A diving board. Absolutely, good. What kind of board is it? It's a diving board. Watering. Watering plants. Is plants a word on there? No. Ooh, Maida, you're trying to trick me. Plants is not an option. But yes, you can water your plants. That's an action. It's not an adjective to describe the plant, a watering plant. But yes, to water. I am watering the plants now. Here's a clue. What do you use to water the plants? What do you use to water the plants with? Watering water. No. Watering water, no. Although I like that one. Watering station? Okay. I can see maybe at a nursery or something, there's a watering station where they bring all the plants to that table or area and then they water them and then they take them back. That could work. That's not the answer, but it could work. Santi, watering can. There you go. Absolutely. Okay, so a watering can, fill it up with water. It's got the spout and you tip it and then the water comes out onto the plant. I like Irene. Yeah, you're thinking outside the box. You got two now, I think. Building, what did you say? Building license, a building license, and a watering station. They both work. Very specific situations, but they both work. What? Building licenses, that's quite good. Parking, watering rod. Okay. Again, I think we can make watering rod work if you had a very long rod and you used it to water something with it, but not something that I know of, Enrique. Parking station, driving license. Ah, okay, you jumped down. Parking space, very good. Barbara, parking space, absolutely. And then Alejandro said a driving license. Perfect, wonderful. Now we're getting somewhere. Once we get a few done, right, then, okay, we can eliminate this and eliminate this and eliminate that. It gets easier, right? Filling. This one you may not know because don't use it that often anymore. It's a little bit older. We tend to say filling powder. No. So this is a place where you fill your car with petrol or with gasoline or with diesel. Okay, and originally they were called, these places were called filling. No, space we already used, Jenny. Space we already used, Alejandro. There we go. Okay, so filling station. All right. Originally, when you had a car, yeah, you would go to the filling station and they would fill your car with petrol or with gasoline or diesel. Nowadays, we call it the petrol station or the gas station, but originally, or they were called filling stations. So, a filling station. Paving. This one's a little bit difficult and very specific, although very popular in Castellón and Villarreal, especially. This one is a paving stone. And a paving stone are the stones that you make the sidewalk from or the pavement from. Okay, they're small bricks or small stones, and you can make a patio or you can make the sidewalk, or you can even make a road with it. Okay, paving stone. Adoquin, if you want to know it in Spanish. Walking, 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 walking. Walking bag. A walking bag? Ah, you're thinking like a backpack. Okay. A walking bag. No, doesn't really work. Walking shoes. Walking stick. Very good, Barbara. Walking stick. Everybody has a walking stick. If you like walking in the mountains, you probably have a walking stick. We already used sight. Walking stick. I think we used, yeah, building site. Okay, fishing. Fishing. Now, Enrique, your turn. Fishing. We got this one. Oh, Irene beat you. Fishing rod. Yep. Fishing rod is the long thing. You throw it out and fishing rod. Sleeping bag. Yes, sleeping bag. Ironing. Sleeping bag. Very good, Santi. Very good, Irene. Ironing, ironing, ironing. So you really need two things if you want to iron your shirts or your trousers or your dress or whatever. You need an iron, and Barbara, what else do you need? An ironing board. Yes. An ironing board. It could have been O or A, but yes, you have the iron and the ironing board, which is like the table where you put the shirt to iron it. It's not a table. It's a board. Ironing powder. No. Washing. Okay, for washing your clothes in the washing machine, you need water, you need your dirty clothes, and you need ironing powder? No. Washing powder. Yay, very good, Enrique. Very good, fantastic. Washing powder. And then finally, agua potable. Drinking water. Excellent. Okay, so I know I'm not going to ask you to tell me which ones are new for you. I want to know how many of these were new or new-ish for you. So were 5 of them new? Were 10 of them new? Was one of them new? How many of these out of the 15 would you say, okay, that's new for me? Or, okay, I never would have said that. Or, I guess I could figure it out, but I've never seen it before. How many of these are newish for you? I mean, carving knife, that's pretty specific. Yeah, they are. They are interesting. Compound words. I mean, well, it's not a compound word, no, because it's not one word. But these are just adjectives to describe the action that we use that object for. Almost all. Okay. Well, then I'm very glad for you, Barbara, because, a lot of these words, and I could tell you shaving cream, building site, watering can, parking spot or parking space, driving license, walking stick, fishing rod, sleeping bag, ironing board, and drinking water. Those, I would say, are very, very common words. Then the more specific words like carving knife or diving board, filling station, paving stone, these are a bit more specific, fishing rod, and we might not use them, washing powder, as much. Just a few well known. Yeah, okay. Ah, very good. 3 new, 5 guest ones. Okay. Good. I'm glad then. I'm really glad that these words were new for you guys, because then that means, your vocabulary has gone up. Obviously, if you haven't written them down or you want to write them down, Too new, but a lot of meanings. Yeah, good. Um, if you want to write them down or whatever, you can always come back. The video will be up as soon as we're offline, or as soon as I'm offline, it goes up. You can always come back and write these down if you want. Okay, last one. And now I set up a little bit of a trap. Okay, this is by far the more, well, by far, it's a difficult one because these ones don't sound right. Okay, sometimes we make the noun with an ing, which is basically we are just taking the action and making it a noun. Okay, so let's look at the first one. 100 years ago, people used to attend public hangings outside local jails. And really, what they want to say is that people used to attend events where people were hung outside local jails. But what do you call an event where people were hung? Hung is ahorcado, yeah? It's a hanging. Okay, it's a hanging. So I've got the words up there, and not all of them are going to be used, so you need to read them carefully. Okay, we've only got 9 words or 9 sentences, and I believe there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15 words. I didn't put all of the questions, so you'll have to choose carefully. Irene has already jumped out and started the activity. Excellent. We'll need to leave work early if we want to see the earlier showing of the new movie. Very good. Okay, the earlier showing of the new movie. And I'm sure you're saying to yourself, that sounds so strange. The earlier showing of the new movie. Absolutely. The earlier showing. Which showing are you going to? Oh, we're going to the late showing. The late showing. Instead of saying, what time are you going to the cinema? I'm going to the cinema early, or I'm going to see the movie that's on later. You just use the showing. The rock group U2 has a very large hearing all over the world. No. Irene says following. Irene, you're on. Aw, come on. You got to be kidding me. All right, don't look at my answers. This is incredible. How could I do that? Following. Yes, of course it's following. All right. Irene, you're right. Showing, following. Okay, rock group U2 has a very large following all over the world, right? A large following. Following is the group of people who follow the band or the football team or the pop star or whatever, okay? I think probably Real Madrid has the largest following of any Spanish football club? Probably. Have there ever been any verified, Alejandro, recording or citing? Yep, one of those is correct. Which one? And be careful because I'm going to show you here. Where's my pointer? This word is telling us something. This word is telling us something about this word. Okay, so be careful. Have there been any? What do we have to know about this word? Ooh, Alejandro. Maire, you're correct. Yeah, it's citing. But it's not just citing. We need to say if it's any, then it's plural, okay? Have there been any verified sightings of the Loch Ness Monster? If this was the article, has there ever been a verified sighting? Then it would be singular, okay? I like to throw open the windows and give the room a good airing every morning. Yes. We can actually use in a phrasal verb to air out. Okay, to air out a room or to air out the car. Yeah, it basically means you let in new air and the old air goes out. Okay, so a good airing out every morning. Our second reading this evening comes from the poetic works of Oscar Wilde. Yes, very good, Santi. Very good, Irene. Man, you guys are going crazy. We're almost done. There's a lot of truth in the spelling. No, nothing's being spelt here, Irene. There's a lot of truth in the setting. No. Oh, right. No, sorry, number 8. We bought a beautiful wooden Santi. 7. Saying. There's a lot of truth in this saying. Yes, in el dicho. Yeah, es un dicho. It's a saying. There's a lot of truth in this saying. Everything comes to he who waits, or she. We bought a beautiful wooden setting. Nope. So it's a horse. What kind of horse is it? Carving. Very good, Alejandro. Okay, we bought a beautiful wooden carving. So it's made of wood, and they used a knife, and they turned it into a horse, like a statue. The cabins were the most attractive on the edge of a lake surrounded... the cabins were in the most attractive setting. Good. So the setting is the time, the place of something. Yeah. If you talk about a movie or a play or a musical and you talk about the setting, well, then you're talking about the time, the place, the era of where the story took place. Okay. So it was in the most attractive setting on the edge of a lake, surrounded by a forest. It was really quite beautiful. All right. That's it for today. All right. So lots of review, lots of just kind of going over things and solidifying. I'm really glad that you got to see some new vocabulary. So that's positive. It wasn't only review. Yeah, you took something away today, new, which is great. So now if you're watching a movie or you're watching a series, you can kind of think, okay, name out the things that you see while you're watching it. Hey, look, there's an ironing board, right? Ah, that's drinking water. Okay. Bye, Irene. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming for another week. I look forward to seeing you again next week. And I think that there's a possibility that next week might be the last live class, but then I will definitely be continuing to make videos for the level, but we'll see whether or not I can keep up with the live classes or not. It all depends on how things go here in the academy and with the family going into June, but we'll see, okay? But definitely next week I will see you. Have a great weekend, and thank you very much. Bye.